Need to try harder to make me happy. You're only as good as your last performance, buddy. Today's episode is just unbelievable because I need to tell you some of the things I've seen in recent times in the divorce cases I've been involved in. In case you're new here, Jonathan Noble, divorce and family law attorney, licensed in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And, you know, I talk ad nauseum about covert narcissism, female covert narcissists, and how the psychological abuse that they bestow upon their spouse is just incredible. It's insidious, and they have no conscience. They have no remorse at all. They'll bang you into the ground psychologically until you're a shell of your former self. But I want to make this video about the fact that they oftentimes, and in the cases I've seen where there's a female covert narc, they send repeated messages to their spouse that they continually have to try harder to make them happy. Anything that they can find that they could claim creates dissatisfaction in them regarding the relationship, they're going to bring it up, they're going to embellish it, they're going to repeat it. It's like living with the most horrible circumstances you can imagine. So if you're dating someone, all right, as the purpose of this video, and they show constant dissatisfaction or they find no joy in any of the simple things you guys do together or just being together, do not marry, all right? Now, I've seen people in marriages, long-term marriages, where their spouse is just chronically dissatisfied about everything. It's not only them. They're chronically dissatisfied about their family, the world, their job, how things are unfair. Do not marry. Why? Because you'll end up in my office, and we're not going to be playing the Telecaster either. We're going to be figuring out a way how you can get out of this marriage with your skin. So chronic dissatisfaction and strong repeated messages that you must show her that you know that you need to try harder. You need to bend the knee. You need to put her on a pedestal continuously, or she's going to make your life miserable. I've seen it. It's unbelievable. I've seen divorce cases, front row seat to see this stuff. It's incredible. Why am I making this video? Because I want to keep you out of divorce court. That's why. And if you have one-itis and you don't think you're going to get anybody better, or you're in a relationship where you haven't been in one ever or for the first time, and someone's looking down their nose at you, expecting you to acquiesce to all their demands and make them happy, or at least try a lot harder on a consistent basis, do not marry. Why? Never ends well. Never ends well. If the person is super passive aggressive and they pick fights on purpose about very minor things or about nothing at all, beyond a red flag, all right? Don't let that be you, all right? Don't get tangled up with that. You want someone that lifts you higher and brings you joy, not beats you over the head and pounds you into the ground. I've seen it happen dozens of times. Life is short. Share this with somebody getting abused, because it really is abuse. Like, drop a comment. If you have a story, share it. Love to have you as part of the community. Hit the subscribe button. Be aware. That's half the battle, okay? Understand all the things that you don't know, too. Always be in that learning mode, especially about relationships. And don't fall so deep and fast for somebody without proper vetting. Especially don't marry them unless you're sure you've given it enough seasons where you're not seeing these kind of behaviors. Be careful out there.